Gabriel? You want me to call you Gabriel? Or what do you call him? Greenskull?
Whichever. Everyone knows me by MCKG.
MCKG.
But I'm trying to push Greenskull a little more. But everyone knows me by MCKG.
Because you've been making music as MCKG?
Yeah, that's the name I started with.
I remember you did something with Kile?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's...
I've actually done a couple things with Kile.
Yeah,
we have a new song too coming up.
Yeah, I saw your recent the video you did at the Flat Black. That was really cool.
Hell yeah.
Who did that video?
Me and my friend Fredo. Yeah, we do everything ourselves because like we don't really have much to spend, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't really have a budget, so pretty much his phone. I think the same phone that you have.
The iPhone 10. Yeah, the 12, I think. I don't even know. Yeah, the iPhone 12.
iPhone 12, yeah.
Because it was really good. That was shot with the phone. That shit, it was good quality.
Yeah, actually, we're watching it right now.
Well, that's crazy.
We were watching it in there, and I was like, dang, because I knew it was high quality, but for my TV, it doesn't look that great. Right here, it looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, my TV, I was like, damn, it doesn't look that good.
Do you have a big TV or something? Or what?
No, it's actually like one of the same ones. But I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, like my PC, I just got it, so I don't really know how to work all that. Because I think I reached out to you once about like how you edit and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm all new to like the video editing, even though I've been editing all my videos.
Yeah.
Just like the high quality is like, I'm new to all that.
Yeah. I started with, my first, because I've been doing YouTube videos first for a long time. I was editing everything on my phone. So I would record on the phone and then I would edit on the iMovie app.
Yeah, actually, that's how I found you from YouTube. Like people sharing your videos because of the Chavez.
Yeah.
And you did a video with Pixar, like how to do a thumbnail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember I put how to do YouTube thumbnail. And I guess because the recent one was you in the Chavez video.
Yeah.
Your video popped up on how to make a thumbnail.
Oh, shit.
So like I used Pixar the way you showed on the thing. I used exactly how to do it. I was like, shit, that's cool.
Yeah, I still use Pixar. I use two for editing thumbnails and stuff. It's Pixar, and there's another website. It's called PicMonkey. That one actually better because it's on the computer, so you get to do more detail. I think that one's a yearly
subscription.
A yearly subscription. I think that's $30 a year or something like that. So it's like $2 a month or whatever. So it's not too much.
I get you.
But that one's cool if you have time to be on the computer. Because you get to do more detail. Because Pixar is cool too, but it's so small, you know, you can't look at
the on your phone, you know.
Yeah,
but it is convenient, like if you have
on the go.
But now I don't know why. Like now when I edit stuff, it's like forcing me to do a subscription. So,
oh,
like,
really?
You could make something cool and then like you push apply to like or put it on your gallery, and it won't let you. It'll say like pay like I think like $2 just for that or the subscription.
Wow, they changed it?
Yeah, they changed it. Like, damn. I thought I was in there early because I've had it for like a long time.
Yeah, for a long time they didn't matter. They didn't tell you anything.
It was all free in the beginning. Now it's not free. Now they want that money.
Yeah, it's always like that. They get you with the free. But yeah, so yeah, editing. Right now there's all kinds of apps too on the iPhone, Android. You just edit everything on your phone. But I always think it's better on the computer because I've done both. But just if you could edit in the computer, it's faster to edit on the phone. You could actually get things done faster. But I think you get more control being able to look at everything like big, you know?
Yeah, definitely like on a bigger screen. It's better.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I invested in a PC so that I can do more. Because I was doing everything from like the start of making music. It was with a really shitty phone, but then after I got like a laptop, and I've used that same laptop since I started. So like that thing has been through it all, like traveling, like all that stuff.
Damn.
So the PC is like, it's new to me for sure, especially like everything being so quick. I'm not used to that. I'm used to like this thing has to bounce for like an hour and a half because the laptop's so slow.
Yeah.
So like now I have everything on demand. It kind of gets overwhelming because it's like quick.
So everything gets processed faster.
Fast, yeah. And then like you gotta fix something. Like it's not slow like the laptop. Like the laptop takes forever and then you can kind of think about it. Like that's what I would do. I would watch the video again while it's already like
rendering or whatever.
Rendering, yeah. But now it's like it's so quick. I'm like, okay, I got the video and then I watch it. Now I feel like I'm nitpicking a lot more because it's so quick and I can see more quickly.
Yeah. Well, that's better though. You improve the quality.
I guess it is pretty better. But then sometimes I feel like, man, I missed some angles. Like I could have did this. Or I could have did that, you know. Start thinking like last minute thoughts while it's already being done. So I have like that video with the flat black. I have like 6 different versions of that video.
Wow, that's crazy.
And I still feel like I could have made one more different thing about it.
Yeah, it's always like that. Like that happens with me with every video, like YouTube video or music video, whatever I make. once it's done, like you wait a couple days. Man, I should have changed this. Oh, I should have done this different.
Yeah.
I should put this title or remove that. But it's I think just part of the process. Like so, like the next video, you probably edit a little bit more and watch it more times. So it's just like you get better over time. And for me, it's like at least you put it out there. You know, like I hate. I don't hate it, but like a lot of people don't. They don't put out a lot of content because it's like the perfectionist.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's like sometimes it's just better to post. It's better to post than not post because either you can see yourself progressing or just post something, then you get excited. Okay, let me work on the next thing and try to make it better or whatever. So, do you have any more music videos coming out soon?
Working on them. I have a couple songs that I did with Fredo and a couple singles. But what I find hard is like with the music videos, like I said, I've been doing them all myself or like with a friend. She actually films some of it too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think now I'm gonna start investing in like a videographer and like trying to get a better. Cause like did you go to school for video editing? Cause your video with Mills was really clean. Like it was all transitional. Everything was like cinematic, and I feel like I'm lacking that in a lot of my videos. Like they're good, but I need that like professional look, I guess.
Yeah, the cinematic look. No, no, I learned everything on YouTube, bro. Like,
okay.
Like I said, I've been making videos since 2015, so 6 years now. That's when I decided to start making like YouTube videos. Like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber. I mean, whatever that means. But I learned how to edit in 2007, like in fucking middle school or whatever. 2007, and then like in high school, I had like the basics of editing because I took like a video. I didn't take because I went to India. They had a film class and they had like a video productions class for like I don't know what the difference was, but the film class was they would teach you Final Cut Pro and how to do like an actual movie type shit. The other one was like how to edit, like so they only taught us like how to edit basic stuff and then like PowerPoint and like just basic softwares, like nothing crazy, nothing professional. And then that's like the only class I ever took. So I learned that kind of stuff. And then 2015, a bunch of years later, I mean, I made a few videos in between 2007 and 2015, but not maybe like less than 20 videos. I actually made like some Call of Duty, like little edits of like snipes and shit, like
American fools.
Quick scope, 360. And then 2015, I was like, I'm gonna be a YouTuber. Like people are making fucking all kinds of videos, and I want to be part of that. So, like I said, I started with the phone. My friend would record it. We didn't have a tripod, so my friend would just record it like this, and then we would edit it. Whatever he recorded, we would edit it on the phone. Then eventually, I got a laptop. Then I got a decent camera. Then that lasted for like 3-4 years, and then I upgraded to the camera. This one, So that's Sony. Nice. I got it 3 years ago, late 2018. So that's like the first professional camera I ever had, and then I've just been editing like a lot. So 2019, I mean, I made probably like over 100 videos that year, like YouTube videos for people, like. Just all kinds of stuff, weddings. Because I partnered up with my friend from AR Studios, and he does like events, quinces and weddings and all that stuff. And I would help him with the videos, and it was my first time doing it. So I had experience doing videos, but it was like YouTube videos, never anything for people. It's like it's different. So
especially like something like that might be a little nerve wracking, right? Because like it's a wedding.
Yeah, you don't want to mess up. You
don't want to mess it up. Like
it's
a wedding day. It's a lot of pressure.
You get one shot. It's like. That's it. Whatever you get. So that's where I started learning. So that's like more professional stuff because you kind of have to, plan your shots and angles. Because YouTube is like, you don't really think about like being professional. Like you said, you could redo it or, but weddings like one take. Those events are one take. Baptism.
How they feel about it.
Yeah. So it was it was interesting to learn that stuff. So I was doing YouTube, then I started doing that with him, and then. I made just practice, but I was making 100 videos. So now I'm editing videos for YouTube. I'm learning how to edit, and I'm always watching videos all the time, like how to edit better, how to do better storytelling. Um, and then I just started. The more practice, the better you get. So then, since I was doing both like wedding stuff, those are long form videos because you're watching footage like all hours of footage because you have, weddings are long. It's a whole day event, so all kinds of footage to edit. And music videos. My first music video was early 2020. Well, last a year and 9 months or whatever. That was my first music video that I edited.
So you're fairly new to doing music videos.
Music videos, yeah, that was my first one. So in 2020, I probably made like 7 music videos, and this year I've made like 5. So yeah, so far like 5 music videos. So, but in between those, and I wasn't just doing that. So then, at the same time, I did a bunch of weddings. I did 2020. What was crazy? We started doing these like highlights, drive-through highlights, like. Those people, like, not drive-through or fucking gangbangers and shit, but like people just set up a table outside the house and then it's like a surprise and people with the cars and like honking and shit.
Yeah. For a second, I know what you meant. I was like, what do you mean? So yeah, like the parties or something. Like
yeah, like birthday, because you can't have people home. Yeah, so they would just drop off the gifts.
COVID and all that.
I did a lot of those. I did maybe like 7 or 8 of those videos in 2020. Like, for some reason, that just became a thing. So I was doing those videos, and then just like more practice. And then this year, again, I wanted to get more on the music video for Mills, the 760. I wanted to be more, I didn't use many effects because I've used effects in videos too, like a bunch of graphics and like cool transitions. I wanted this one to be more just like shots. So we just got like in the editing, all I did was just different shots. I tried to keep it engaging by switching it back and forth between all the shots, but I didn't want to have too many effects to take away from what we were filming. So yeah, just I don't know. I'm just going on a tangent now, but
oh, it's clean, man. It's really clean. It's like I've always been into like video editing, but I started doing videos when I was like 14 or 13.
Mm-hmm.
And I did it on a really shitty phone. It was the T-Mobile Razr, and you couldn't really film like a long video. I think like every video, like the memory card was so small that you can only do like a minute video each.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was trying to do music videos when I first started
on the
rap
Razr?
battling. Yeah, on the Razr.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because that's how I got into music. I was doing that at the skate park, rap battling. But before that, I was filming my friends rapping on the Razr.
Okay.
And then eventually I started rapping, and then from the Razr to I think it was called a My Touch. It was like or not a My Touch. It was like a
Samsung Touch.
Slide up.
I used to have that phone.
Yeah, you just put it
and then I had the keyboard.
Up. Yeah, a little keyboard.
And then it had like internet, but it was like super slow.
Yeah, it was whack.
I think I had that same phone, bro. That's crazy.
So with that phone, I was filming like me doing little freestyles and stuff. But I've never edited anything. Like I probably deleted most of those that I posted on YouTube later on.
Mm-hmm.
But and then after a while, I got a better phone, like a better touch phone or whatever. Because then things were getting more, technology was progressing.
Yeah.
And then so yeah, honestly, like as far as like video editing goes, I've done all my videos, but I don't have a background in video editing at all. It was just kind of like just do it.
Yeah.
Because it was like, everyone charges for like their services, and like you're a kid. I was like 16, 17. I didn't have any money, so I was like, I'm just going to do it. And that's pretty much how it all started. But now I'm getting more heavy into video editing. Like I want to get definitely better for myself, but also for like other people, like my friends or like people who reach out. Like I did 2 videos for 2 artists, and it came out pretty nice. I mean, like he filmed it because he was somewhere else, and he sent me the edit.
I'll just send you the
videos. Sent me the
videos.
film, and I did all the editing and stuff, so it was cool. So I'm getting more practice in that, but I'm trying to focus more on that while I'm making the music, so that I can do my own videos. Cause like I kind of like the DIY, like you do it all yourself. But at the same time, I do like expanding more.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had recently just opened the door to like accepting producers, cause like growing up when I would make music, no one really took me serious because I was younger.
Yeah.
So, like, no one would send me beats. No one would like give me the time of day. So I made all my own beats. Most of my first 3 projects are all me, except for maybe like 2 songs. But now the latest project, Atreus, that's all produced by me. But now this new project that I'm working on, it's all different producers, like friends or like people that I've met. And I've been talking to a lot of people in like the United Kingdom.
Okay.
You know, like the United Kingdom. Like, dude, be surprised. Like, you reach out to people, it's pretty cool. Like the producer community, at least, like as far as that, especially, actually, even like in the podcast space too. There's a lot of love in the podcast space. When I first started doing the podcast too, everyone was always cool with like giving a helping hand.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
How's the podcast been, or the Greenskull Podcast? What's that
Yeah.
like? I seen some of your episodes. You're like reviewing UFC fights and
Oh
stuff.
yeah. So
I seen those on
that's what I
YouTube.
meant, but I was doing it solo.
Yeah.
Cause like I couldn't get much people to be in person because I didn't have a spot.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So then I said, okay, I like UFC, so let me just give my thoughts on UFC. Like if anyone cares, we'll just put it out there. But yeah. So that's what I was doing, and surprisingly, those actually got more engagement than the guests, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, I've just been doing that now. It's been slow because honestly, like I've been on and off. It's like I focus on music, and then I focus on videos, and then I focus on clothing, and then like I think I'm doing too much to where it's like it's kind of hard to be consistent with everything.
Yeah.
So,
No, it is, and the hardest thing is consistency, but that's like the number one thing to grow. You just have to stay consistent.
Try and do it by like weekly, like maybe Monday this, Tuesday this, and then try to just go as far.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
Do you currently work right now?
Yeah.
So you do everything on your free time, or what?
Pretty much when I get out of work. Yeah, it's like I get out of work pretty much around 4:30, and then everything from 4:30 till time to go to bed is like I have like a set day. Like, okay, like I'm gonna do this today. But I also work out every day, and the days off are the weekends. So like, switch your workouts, and then you're tired, and then you want to do this, and then maybe family stuff comes up, and you want to do something else.
Yeah.
So like things get set back, but it's cool. That's pretty much how I schedule the week now. It's pretty much just content here, and here in different areas. Trying to learn as much as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on your podcast, like, could you give us a rundown on what you do? So you just talk about like UFC only, or do you still talk about other topics?
Basically, it's like I call it the Greenskull Podcast because it's just how like some people have MMA hour.
Yeah.
You expect MMA to be talked about for a whole hour.
Yeah.
So for me, I wanted it to be named something just like simplistic so that we can go anywhere.
Yeah.
And really the reason why I started it was because I have all these like my friends that are super talented, or people that I've met, or people that, you meet someone through someone else. And it's really just my way of documenting good conversations.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it really is. I just wanted to make a podcast about good conversations with good people. That's pretty much it. There's really no, let's talk about only this or that. I could talk about anything. It just so happened to be UFC because I'm a big UFC fan.
Yeah.
So like in the intro of the podcast, I say like for fight fans, music artists, and creators alike. So like, I even like how you were saying earlier, you did YouTube. I did vlogging for a while. I've tried like pretty much everything. So I tried my best to like how I said earlier, just meet new people and get information from everyone else. So yeah, the podcast is not based on just one thing. We can go and talk about whatever. Like one day I'll have a rapper. The next day I'll have like my friend Josh. He does animation, and then it just goes back and forth. Videographer, or we talk about religion, or we talk about whatever. So that's pretty much where the Greenskull Podcast came from, and it stems from. I used to have a hip hop show with Coachella FM. It was called Nonstop Hip Hop. And so I tried to make my own little like radio show outside of Coachella FM. But then things got like, it was hard because, you're playing other people's music and like
copyright stuff.
So it became a mess. So I was just like, I'm not going to do that. I'll just make a podcast. And I felt weird because like at the time everyone was getting a podcast. So I felt like maybe it looks like I'm jumping on the bandwagon, but I was trying my best to um be different as far as that. Like I'm not just doing one thing. It's whatever we do.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to have guests because I like to learn,
Mm-hmm.
especially like asking a lot of questions. That's pretty much how you learn.
Yeah,
You
no,
just keep
it's
asking
podcasting's
questions.
awesome. For me, it's like the relationships you build with the guests. Like, how have you built? You notice like when you have somebody on the
Yeah.
podcast, like you just have this. There's just something there, bro. Like, 'cause you don't have conversations like this anymore. Everybody's on their phone 24/7, or you're talking to a
Definitely.
friend. They take their phone out every like 2 minutes and shit. So it's like no phones. You're just talking to somebody, and if you're a friend, then of course you already have the relationship. But sometimes it's a guest or like whatever they do. You know, everybody does different things, but it's like you just create that relationship, which is sometimes people think about the views or the downloads or streaming numbers, but I used to think like that too, like, oh, I need to get views or this, but it's like, nah, it's just build their relationships, and you know that the rest will take care of itself. So it's just like just consistency. That's the thing. So I started my podcast 2019. 2020, I pretty much took almost the whole year off. It was just
Yeah.
I didn't feel like making content. It was just terrible times.
Yeah. Very
So like
terrible.
right now, 2021, I'm kind of revamping everything. So now that I got the studio, like we're doing one episode a week on the podcast, trending topics, things we just want to talk about. And when I have a guest, like I said, then I'll drop 2 episodes or whatever. So I don't want to be not uploading because I don't have a guest. So I needed to do consistency just because you get better over time too. Like you're less shy, you know, how
Yeah. Yeah.
the
I
equipment, the
still get
lighting.
like kind of nervous, especially like when I'm doing it alone. Like it's so weird. Like I'm just staring at the camera. You know what I mean? And I still get kind of nervous because like someone's gonna look at it,
Yeah.
and however they're gonna listen to what you're saying or maybe just judge you or whatever. However people consume their content, but yeah, like that's pretty much how the podcast came together from that. But it's pretty interesting how like you said you started in 2019 the podcast.
Yeah.
Dang, I feel like you've dropped a lot of episodes. Like all mine, I started in the middle of 2020
Yeah.
because I was just home all day, because of COVID and
Yeah,
like
of
I got
course.
laid off, so I didn't have a job, and that's why most of the interviews are over Zoom because no one wanted to meet up.
Oh,
So I was
yeah.
like, okay, so and that's the reason why too that I need a space. Like I stopped doing the interviews because Zoom's cool. I love Zoom. It was there for me, but like it would cut a lot, or like the internet thing will cut off, or like maybe a certain part of it, maybe an interesting part of it didn't record, but it recorded the rest, and like it was a lot of problems with Zoom. And I think because a lot of people were using it at the time, like everyone was jumping right onto it, like
Yeah, conferences,
work,
yeah.
all that stuff. So it became an issue. So I just decided I'm not gonna do guests until we can get in person later on. And then I did like the UFC ones just to like test the waters. And then after that, I tested it with like big fights versus small fights,
Yeah.
and not much people care about like the small fights. So like me just talking about like what I like to talk about, like fights and all that stuff, with less famous people. It didn't get much engagement, so I was just like, okay, let me talk when the big fights come. But then at that time, not much big fights are coming up,
Yeah, so you're just
so
waiting
it's
for the
like
big
just kind of
event.
waiting. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm
Are
a
you
big fight fan.
doing when's the last time you did a podcast?
Man, it's been a minute. Probably July, maybe June, maybe June actually.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's been it's been hot too. Summer sucks right now
Yeah, it
to
does.
just sounds like you gotta turn off the airs and shit, and you're just sweating the whole time. Like that happens a lot. The month of like July, August, I didn't have a lot of guests. I had a few guests, but we almost did like 3 or 4 weeks without a guest because it was so hot in here in this
Oh, in
room.
here? Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, it's just that once it was 120, everywhere gets hot, but here in
Yeah.
this room, fuck, we were just sweating. So I don't want to put like for you to be sweating right now,
Oh, I
like
get
just
you.
dripping.
Yeah.
So me and him, we did episodes, and then like if you look back, this was all sweaty and shit. Like he's all just dripping.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it's
was the problem too with me. Like, when I tried to get people in person, I was doing a couple of them at the library because like they have a conference room for free, and so you could just
oh, that's sick. I never even think of that.
yeah. So I was doing it at the library, Yo, like the library was nasty. Like there's like gum on the table.
Oh,
Like I had to
the
wipe
India
everything
library?
down all the
Which one?
time. It was La
Was
Quinta,
La Quinta
India
library?
library. No, not throwing shade at La Quinta library, but you know, it was kind of nasty in there, dude. And then what I found is like some people were they were kind of complaining or not complaining, I guess. They wanted to like relax, like smoke or drink. So I wanted like a friendly environment where you could do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when I'm talking to you, I don't want you to be all like, oh, because you know people get hella nervous.
Oh,
Like
hell yeah.
right now in the beginning, I was pretty nervous, and then like now I feel a little better. But when I'm doing the interviews with people, I could tell like visibly on the video,
Yeah.
like you look nervous, bro. Like chill.
How long are your episodes?
I try to do an hour. Well, like the ones in person, they were an hour and like 30.
In person. Yeah. So when I have a guest, I know the first 30 minutes, bro, it's like once you look back at the podcast,
Yeah.
the first 30 minutes, the guest is all tense, and then the last, they're all like relaxed and
It
chill.
comes slow, you know?
Yeah. So especially if they're, because a lot of people here, they don't have experience, you know, because being a guest on a show or podcasting, you know, there's not a lot of podcasts here. So when you said I jumped on the podcast, but I think you did it early because there's still, if people are doing podcasts right now, it's still early, bro. Like 10 years down the road is going to get harder, or like where's your podcast going to be in 10 years if you stay consistent with it, or 5 years, whatever. You just got to look at long term. And compared to like YouTube or other kind of content, like there's way more of those, you know.
Competitive. It's starting to get pretty competitive. And I feel like podcasting is going to be kind of like music now. It's going to be oversaturated probably in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Everyone's
but there's an audience for everyone, you know.
Yeah, there's a niche for everything.
There's 2+ billion people listening daily content, you know, and it's only going to increase. Like older people right now, they don't consume a lot of content, or maybe they do, but whatever. But the younger generation's coming too. So 10-year-olds in 10 years, they'll be consuming podcasts. You know, they're not consuming it now. Kids in high school don't listen to podcasts, but once they get to like their 20s, it'll start. You know, it's like there's a whole new generation who's coming to just consume more. So it's like you just got to think of long term, you know, just keep going. Because you, whatever episode you're doing, you're just getting better. It's the same thing with your editing or your music. Pretty sure too, when you make songs, like the more you make, you get better flow, better editing, production.
I find that like when I stay in the studio is when I'm the best, honestly. Like there's sometimes where like I haven't made a song in maybe like 2 weeks, but when I'm in the studio consistently, that's when like everything starts flowing way better. Yeah, I try to make it every day, but like I said, you know, life happens.
Yeah,
because I have everything at my house. Like I record myself since 17. I've been recording myself, so I taught myself how to do pretty much everything: make the beats, mix, master, record it, all that stuff. And then promoting, I'm still like pretty new with promoting too. Like finding out that most of my audience is not even from here, but I promote a lot of my music is like rapping about the Valley.
Yeah.
But a lot of the audience is not even the Valley.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Where's your audience from?
It's pretty much like UK area.
Oh, that's what you're talking about, the UK.
Because I talked to a lot of different artists, producers over there, and I guess they're shooting my name or however that works. But when I look at the analytics, most of it's the United Kingdom. Some of it's like LA, and a lot is more towards like San Diego.
Yeah.
But like the big chunk is United Kingdom.
That's sick. So
shout out United Kingdom. Appreciate you guys.
keep fucking making content. You're gonna have to tour out there, bro.
Yeah, that would be sick. I'm trying to at least build my name out here too. You know what I mean? Like I would like people to like when they think of the Coachella Valley, my name is at least in the list of 10 rappers maybe they could think of.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, you just gotta just keep working, because there's a lot of right now. I feel like a lot of rappers are working right now. Like I hadn't seen this many people working, dropping content.
Honestly, I haven't seen much. I've seen Mills. I've seen Mills on his grind. But then again, maybe like I don't know. I feel like I pretty much know everybody out here, but there's a lot of new dudes coming up.
Yeah,
a lot of new ones. So I gotta find the younger guys or girls to see where everyone's at. See, that's what I mean, like getting out more, because 2020 no one was out.
Yeah, it was pretty dead.
I'm pretty sure that got everyone like inspired because like how I was saying right now that there's new people. It's like where'd you come from? You know what I mean? Like you weren't here 2019. Like
Yeah.
I'm thinking like everyone was probably at home and they were like, you know, maybe got that EDD money and started like investing in like investing in like things that they've been trying to pursue.
Yeah.
They didn't have time to. So
A lot of times, is
yeah.
people are shy. You know, it's hard to put yourself out there in the internet. You know, like you feel like, oh, what are people gonna think? Do people think
Yeah.
it's trash? Do people don't like my content? Why aren't people watching? It's all
Yeah.
those self-doubt stuff. And if you're an artist, whatever kind of content or music or even painters, you know, like they put themselves out there, you get judged a lot, but it's just like you just gotta do it.
Yeah.
You just gotta jump it. So
Yeah,
I think a
you
lot
do
of
that,
people,
you gotta be prepared to get judged.
yeah,
'Cause it's coming. It's coming, man.
yeah. I used to worry about a lot of that shit too, or like negative comments and
Have you ever got negative comments? Like, is that like,
yeah, all the
like
time.
what do they say? Like, oh, this is whack. Like that's it.
So I had a
Or they
video
just
I
push
did
dislike?
I got the worst negative comments is always on my reaction videos because I 2019 I did some reactions to Game of
Dang.
Thrones,
Oh, okay.
first reaction type shit. So, but my reaction I didn't plan it like put the camera right here and today we're reacting to the, you know, like it wasn't.
Yeah.
I literally just put the camera next to the TV. So we were watching the show and then I kind of forgot we were recording. So it was like me and like a couple friends. So we're just watching like the Game of Thrones episode, and then something would happen, and we didn't react like super crazy, or we're just like, "What the fuck? That's crazy," you know? Like
Yeah,
I
like
didn't do it
normal?
for the video, yeah,
Yeah.
like normal shit. And I just uploaded that video, and then people were like, "Oh, this is not even a reaction." This, and then there were other people like, "Oh." Some people defending me, just randoms like arguing in the comments. But I
Yeah.
did get a lot of negative comments for that because like people expect a reaction to you flip the
Yeah.
table and fucking go crazy, you know. But
Yeah.
those are all fake, bro. It's like
It definitely is. Like people are like, yeah, I don't know. Like those reaction videos, that shit kind of gets like weird because it is kind of like fake if you think about it. It's like, I mean, maybe that's your real personality. I'll give you the benefit.
some
of the
people
doubt.
are
Some people
like
are.
that,
Yeah,
though.
some
Yeah.
people are like that. Because like I've seen people like on camera and off camera, they're the same.
Yeah.
So like yeah, but that's crazy. So they were just capping on you because you
I
reacted
didn't
normally?
react because I didn't overreact. Yeah.
Oh, okay, because you didn't overreact.
That's what people were saying. So I got some negative comments there. Some Coachella content that I made, like tips of Coachella stuff. Like I guess some people put negative things, but not like too many. But like every time I would get a negative comment, I would just comment back like, "Oh, thanks for watching the video. Like, I'm sorry you didn't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you didn't like it. You should check out next week's video."
Yeah,
I'm
kill 'em
like,
with kindness, bro.
yeah,
That's
and
how I
then
do
a
it,
lot
yeah.
of times where they're just trolls because like they would
Yeah,
leave
yeah.
all kinds of negative comments. I reply with a nice thing like, "Oh, thanks. Sorry you didn't like the video, but next time maybe you'll like the next one."
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't think you were gonna reply, bro. I was just trolling. My bad. I'll subscribe to your shit. Like it just
Yeah.
people just hating for no reason.
You're just hating just to hating, really.
Yeah.
Just to hate. It's weird. Like I've experienced that a lot. But you know what's weird? Like compared to music, like hip hop, because like I've done small like songs with like R&B, reggae. I'm dabbling into rock now, but from like the differences between podcasting and music, man, music, there's a lot of hate in music.
Yeah.
Like a lot of hate. Like I got way more like backlash from lines that I said, or like because there's videos out there of me rap battling like at skate parks, and like people hold you to that to what you said. You know what I mean? And like they just trash you for what you say. But I feel like when you're in a setting like rap battling, it's like a free for all. It's kind of like comedy. Like you shouldn't take everything seriously. Like you're there to have fun, laugh, because it's like when I was rap battling, it wasn't about being like the better guy. It was better just like to make fun of the person as hard as you can, like
Oh, like
to win, you know
actual
what I mean? Yeah.
rap battle like that.
yeah, like a real rap battle, yeah. Because that's how I started. Like everyone was capping on you and like they meant it, but it wasn't like you shouldn't take it so serious to where it's like, oh, like it's on site, you know? Because I would get like random DMs from like years ago rap battle, like in 2018 I got a DM from a dude saying like, oh, you said this in this rap battle, like that's offensive to blah blah blah, right? And I'm like, yo, like I was like 16, like I'm 20 now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of weird how like people go from, you know what I mean? Like, how does one just think, oh, I'm gonna try to ruin someone's day? It's so weird. It's so weird. But it's in comparison to the podcasting, no one has really, at least from what I know, like on publicly, like on comments or like DMs or however. There's more love in like podcasting than music. Music's really like judgmental. Like there's a lot of like when you perform. Like I've had times where like I performed at high schools, or well my high school specifically. I did like a hip hop show. Like they did like a hip hop club thing.
Yeah.
And so when I performed, everyone was cheering. You know, obviously like it's a rally. It's like a school rally. So then after the rally, I had people like dab me up like, "Yo, that was sick." And then one dude came up to me, he's like, "Yo, that was cool." And he was putting his hand out for like a high five or something. I was like, "Oh, thanks, man." And he just like pushed me and said that shit was whack, like fuck you or whatever.
What the fuck?
And I was like, what the fuck? Like dude, I don't understand. Like it sometimes like even at shows too, like you'll get shade from like random people for like no reason. Like just at the bar, like in your face. Like it's like it's really weird. But I guess it just comes with the rap, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe it's the type of music. Because I do have like harder music when I perform. Like not talking shit to like somebody, but like talking my rapper shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like bars.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know why people would hate on music. I do notice that like it's hard for people to open up to like new artists. Like
definitely.
The first instinct is negative always. Like when you're encounter with something that's new or different,
yeah,
the first thing you think of is negative.
So weird. I changed my mindset to that. Like I try my best to like meet new people and like help them, because when I started, no one really wanted to help me.
Yeah.
So like I think that's why I know so much people, because like when people ask a question, I'm like, let's do it. Like let's figure it out. Like if you had a question about recording yourself, then I'll send you like a giant text message on how I did it and how you could do it. And you know, like I feel like knowledge is power for everybody, you know. And that's another thing too, like people hold information, which is pretty weird.
Yeah.
Like you ever had like where you ask a question and someone's like, "Oh, I can't tell you that." Like, you know, like if you went fishing or something, like, "Hey, how are you catching all this fish?" And the person's like, "Don't worry about it." You know what I mean? Like, because they don't want you to catch fish. It's like, "Oh, I feel like if I tell you, then you won't be able to catch fish." But I feel like you do with what the knowledge you're given. Not everyone's gonna do what they're gonna do with the knowledge you give them. You know what I mean? Like you could tell two people one thing, and one person might actually take your advice. The other person might think, "Nah, that's not right." You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter. Like information is like it's all perception. It's how you take it.
It's
really weird how people hold it.
It's because people think like, I don't know, maybe it's competition, but it's like,
maybe.
For me, I try to help out however I can, just because it's like, I just think, like I said, we're still early, bro. But with podcasting, content creation, like YouTube's gonna be bigger in 5 years, bro. Like it's only growing. Everything's growing. Instagram, I don't know about Instagram because that's just kind of getting weird, but
it's kind of getting weird.
But like for sure, YouTube will be around because it's a search engine. Like whenever I don't know how to do something, YouTube, oh, how to do this, and that shit. Like I said, all the editing, how to set up the mic, everything's been on YouTube. So people are using that every day. You know, you have so much different content there now. The news get posted on YouTube.
Yeah.
Vloggers, podcasters, those challenges like Mr. Beast videos, there's just so much content that keeps coming up. So that's gonna be around, and it's only gonna get bigger. Like I said, like right now, like a lot of 60, 70-year-olds, they're not watching YouTube videos, but all the kids coming up are watching YouTube videos. It's like the consumption is just gonna keep growing, you know. And it's like a progression, like kids consuming, you know, like little kid content and cartoons.
That's weird.
Then they get into fucking sports, and then they get into podcasts. And
I feel like, well, do you watch TV? I don't watch.
Not
TV.
really, bro.
Like cable? Like I'm talking like with commercials?
No, hell no. Unless it's sports.
Maybe. Okay, like sports.
So if it's like a live sporting event, that's the only time I ever watch TV. That's the only time I ever watch commercials. If it's like, even then I pick up my phone, I'm just like, I'm not gonna watch the commercial. But that's it's all streaming now. Or
I feel like TV is gonna die eventually. Like it's not even gonna be a thing. Like everything's gonna be shit, maybe YouTube or I don't know. There's all this other
people.
stuff too.
I feel like TVs are now is for streaming, like putting up the
Yeah.
Disney and the Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime. There's almost all kinds of the Peacock Network.
Yeah, the Peacock and everything. It's like it's weird. Like normal cable is not even like a thing. I mean, maybe still for like the older folks.
Yeah, it's older folks.
Yeah,
So
older folks.
like the news, like people still consume the news like every day, like at 6, like the fucking 6 o'clock news. Like the
Like
people
weather.
still, yeah, old people just still, like you have a fucking weather app, but old people are like, oh, let me go check out the news for the weather, and there's still increments or whatever.
That's weird. It's really weird if you think about it. Like, man, there's so many videos. Like, I forgot what the statistic was for like how many videos are being uploaded a day on YouTube. I can only imagine like, dude, there's so much content because like United States, I don't know, third world countries, like everywhere. There's all this content everywhere. Like, have you ever tried to change your like where I guess like United States YouTube? You ever try to change it to like India YouTube, and then you only get like India like content, like all this stuff from like that country?
No,
You should try it out.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, like you'll see their YouTubers, you'll see like their rappers, you'll see like everything pretty much the same as like the United States, except like I don't know what they're saying. Like,
yeah,
you know, but it is pretty interesting. Like you see different cultures and like how their normal lives are compared to like United States or everywhere else. It's pretty cool.
that's what trips me out, because that's what I mean. It's like you gotta make content now and get started as soon as you can, because there's YouTubers out there with like 10 million subscribers that you've never even heard of, that you didn't, from fucking Russia and like Ukraine, and there's people just making content, and there's an audience. Like I said, there's an audience for anything.
True. There is an audience for everyone.
You just have
it's kind
to-
of like artists, like the one dude who has like 2 million plays all the time, but like you've never heard of him or anybody, you know?
Yeah,
Like I know a lot of independent artists that are huge, but when I bring them up to people, they don't know who they are. And I think it's because they're not commercially like pushed in like the
it's
industry.
like you just gotta find
But
this.
they do have like their hardcore fan base where it's just like it's like in a pocket. Like you really have to find it. Like it doesn't really show up anywhere. You have to like search through all these different avenues.
Yeah,
I guess.
it's a lot of market. You're
Like the
competing because
wormhole.
you're competing with everything. So when you're dropping music, you're competing with everybody dropping music, and then all the major artists too, because they're also dropping music. But
It gets overwhelming to think about.
it's
Try not
like
to think about it. Just drop music.
you just gotta be consistent though. That even all the major artists, that came up like independent and stuff, it's like they were dropping hella content, hella music videos, mixtapes, CPs, collaborating with others, like grinding, putting yourself out there and getting better, because the more you do, the more you get better.
Yeah.
And then all it takes is one song. So what happens is if you have good consistent content, you're getting better, you have good quality. If one of them pops off, then people come consume all your others, and then it's just like a snowball effect after that. So
That's pretty much how it goes for I think almost every artist, right?
mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of funny how like the term industry plant came about. You know what that term is? Kind of like, oh, like all of a sudden out of nowhere you're famous. But to be honest, like if you look into like who you're calling an industry plant, like they got a lot of like songs that flopped, like songs that were good, you know what I mean? And then it got to that one song, and then bam, everything after that is just all mainstream because maybe they broke out or however it goes. But I like the come up. Like I've pretty much seen all my favorite artists come up. Like everyone who influenced me, like I've seen like how they started and where they're at now, and it's pretty cool. It's cool to look back, and I try to think, like, man, one day I want that to be me. You know what I mean? Like where I'm like here, and then this is where I started. Like I feel kind of dumb deleting my rap battles that were off the shitty Razor, because I kind of want to, like, when I get to a certain point,
as a documentation.
Yeah, to look back and be like, this was, because honestly, I don't know where those videos are anymore. Like they're gone. I have no idea. Like 16-year-old KG is gone. You'll never see him again.
Yeah, it sucks when you can't find old footage, and having old footage is cool because you can also look back at how you look, how you sounded, your thoughts,
your voice and everything.
Your
like
voice, your
that's
raps.
how I thought about stuff. Like
your podcast too. Like the more you do, when you look back in 2 years, what you're doing now, you'll be like, oh shit, that's what I was doing in 2021.
That's part of the reason why I got into like music and like videos and stuff like that. Is because I kind of want, like, you know how like you let's say like your father or something. Like you grow up with your father, but you don't really know your father. Like you don't really talk, and like maybe there's some things he doesn't tell you, or you know, stuff like that. Like I want like documentation from when like when I have kids, they're like, man, this was actually dad. You know what I mean? Like he actually did this, he did this, he did this. He actually thought like this when he was my age, you know, stuff like that. I think that's cool. I think that's really cool. Or like maybe you're a grandpa and your grandkids look at you and you're like, you have all this footage, and before it was like just pictures, you know, like everyone had those pictures of like maybe your great grandpa who was a boxer,
and those are super cool. Like when you look at
you
look at your grandfather's pictures, you're like, man, I wonder how his life was like, or that's
like how he sounded, or
and there was no footage, like you know, like we didn't grow up with cameras, or you know, it was, and it's cool even when your own baby pictures when your mom has like an album or something, you're like. Oh shit, that's how I look like, and this and that, and that's me in school. But we're doing that with video, and then like your kids and your future generations can look back and see. I think I have the similar mindset really cool.
Too. That's like what I wanted, like the legacy thing. Like when people say like I want to have a legacy, even if it's not like the most popular legacy, I still want it. Like, I still want like a video trail of like everything. Like that's why I try to do vlogs, but like you know the thing is like how you were saying, consistency. That's really all it is.
It
like,
is.
Like that could be overwhelming too. Like being consistent. Like sometimes, I find it hard for me sometimes. Like when I have like a set schedule, and like let's say like something comes up and I didn't get it. Like I kind of like, it's like pressure on myself. Like yo, get that done, and then you do it, and then you feel good. But then maybe you mess up the next time, and then you're like, "Dang, like I didn't do it. Like you didn't like you broke the promise to yourself," and that's like the worst feeling.
It is the worst. I suffer from that too. I think because I've done days or like for YouTube or stuff. It's like I wanted to post like 2-3 times a week, and I want to do all these things, but I think one a week. Just do one a week. No matter what, just do one thing a week.
Definitely.
It takes pressure off. But I know it's still hard, but if you just focus on one, like you got to drop one a week. I think you just have to like force yourself, and then it becomes a habit. Like every week, set aside a day. On this day I'm recording, this day I'm uploading, and kind of like take it as serious as where you have to cancel other things around it. Like, oh, I can't. That's the day I record. I can't. Or like if someone invites you somewhere, be like, oh, I'm free after 6 because I got to do this other thing.
Yeah, definitely. Like now I've found too that it was easier for me to stay consistent when I'm not talking. So like no one knows what I'm doing, or like I don't tell myself that I'm going to do it. I just do it. You know what I mean? So like you know how like some artists will like jump the gun and say, "Oh, September 12th, I have an album," but the album's not done. So like for myself, only a few close friends know that I'm working on my third album.
Yeah.
But I've never really said it out like on social media or like on everywhere else with other people. But I feel like it kind of alleviated the pressure because like, you know, other people are looking forward to it. You know, kind of like that. So like it's just myself looking forward to it, I guess.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I find it a little easier, like less pressure. And I do that with almost everything, like with the working now or like the church or the podcast. Like the podcast right now, I have episodes and they're just like waiting to be uploaded because I've been doing other things and like I've got to edit them and stuff. Because like I've had some times where people were like, oh, like I kind of regret saying that. Can you take that part off? And then the video is like 1 hour and 30, and then I gotta like listen and find it and like
yeah, no,
so
it's a lot.
It takes time to find. Okay, this is the part you don't want. Like you know what I mean? So yeah, it gets kind of hard.
Yeah, it's a long process, bro. I've done. So this is episode 95 on the podcast. I've done more than 100 already, but officially 95.
95. Is this like on Spotify?
Yeah.
Like okay.
So it's on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Amazon Music, Pandora. It's on all the streaming services. So whatever.
See, that's what I gotta do next.
So it's it's the same as music. I don't know where you upload, but like You know how you post it on like one website and then they stream it to all the other ones? That's how
Yeah.
it is. So
It's like a distribution.
yeah,
kind of thing.
distribution
Yeah.
chain. I don't know what they're called, but I have it's called Podbean.
Podbean.
There's another one. So this one I'm paying $10 a month, but there's another one that's I think it's free, but I don't know the name. I mean you could Google it or YouTube it, but the one I use is called Podbean. So you just upload it to Podbean. They even make like a fake, not a fake website, but a website for your podcast. So on the same Podbean, I'll be like Podbean whatever, and then I'll be like all your episodes there.
Oh shit! Okay.
So people can actually listen on the Podbean app as well. No
cool.
one, I don't know anybody that does, but that's an option.
Yeah,
and then from there, then on Podbean, you connect it to Spotify, Apple, and all those, and then it automatically sends it over. So it just kind of sends your stuff out. Yeah. So episode 95. Like I said, I've done probably more, but officially it's 95, I guess.
Dang, that's cool, man.
Yeah, I want to do something for episode 100. I still don't know what because it's coming up.
Something special.
Yeah, and I'm trying to make like a video, like the same thing about documenting, showing the last 100 episodes because I used to do these like on the go. So before I had the mics or the studio, first I was in my house. I had like just one camera, like one camera for both persons, and then in my house I did maybe like 30 episodes, and I would just switch it up, and then after that, I started going on the go. So I would take the mics and like some boom arms. I didn't have these mics at the time, but I would just take them to like a park bench and shit. We'll strap them up and we'll do a podcast in the park. I did them outside the mall, the Indio Mall. There was like a CV food truck event. I did a podcast there. I've done them like at a conference room in Palm Desert, fucking people's houses.
Shit.
I've done like
that's cool.
Just
that was one of my
a lot of them were shitty quality.
Try it out.
The audio sucked in a lot of them because it's outdoors.
It's outdoors.
But it was the same concept. Like, I just got to do it, get better. Just do it, and then it's taking me longer than I expected. 100 episodes. I should have been way more now, but it is what it is.
It's all good. I mean, you got 95.
Yeah,
that's a lot. I think I'm only on 18.
18.
Like if I count my hip hop show with Coachella FM. I'm probably at maybe 110 because I did a lot of hip hop shows with them, but that was like kind of off and on interview. So like we'll play the music, like let's say you're an artist, we'll play your music, and we'll talk off air, and then when it comes back, we talk again. Like I would kind of chop up the interview so that no one like leaves, and I guess because like when I would do the full interview, I'm supposed to be playing music because it's a hip hop show.
Yeah.
So they had me chop it up to where music, interview, music, continue, music, stuff like
ads
that.
And all that.
So, but I did most of it out of my room. Like
what is it? What is Coachella FM? I don't know what that is.
Coachella FM is the radio station for COD.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, my show is not on there anymore. But I was nonstop hip hop I was their first hip hop show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like when they first started, like they started in like a small classroom, and then from there they went from there to a little bigger classroom, and then from that classroom to a full radio station like building. So it's like right in front of the main entrance of COD. It's across the street. It used to be called Sunny.
Oh, it's like they have a little like antenna and shit. Is that
yeah, but well, it's a little before that one. It's a smaller building. Before that, I think that's like a news station.
Yeah.
Place. Before that is a little building, and that's where they're at now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So they have their own like dedicated room.
Yeah.
I knew a friend. His name was Romo. He used to do like movie stuff.
Oh.
I don't know. I think it was already a few years back, but he was doing the COD show stuff. What's like your goal for the rest of 2020? Are you gonna do like live performances?
Yeah. Like my goal is really to like.
Did I say 2020, 2021?
Yeah. Oh man, I didn't even catch that honestly. My goal, man, for the rest of the year, just be more consistent. Honestly, I do want to perform more. The problem with performing is like I performed twice this year, and the spots that were usually like really packed, they're not packed anymore. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. To be honest, I don't really know what performing is gonna look like. Maybe next year it would be better because everyone's going to like nightclubs, but no one's really pulling up for performances as much. So I really don't know. But I would like to perform. Like, at least my goal on the beginning of 2020 was perform twice a month. And then, of course, the COVID hit
Yeah.
and like everything went south. But that was my goal, was twice a month perform, because I usually get like, I still get nervous before I do anything in front of a camera or like in front of a crowd. And so just being consistent with it, like, because I used to rap battle when I was younger every day. So I was never chicken feet about anything. It's like I could rap on the spot anywhere. But now, like, when I'm practicing my songs and like going out, it did get a little nerve wracking, because like, oh, I performed once this month and then didn't perform for like 2 months and then perform again. And it's really just like the opportunities. Like, I kind of took them as they came. But then 2020, I tried to get consistently. So I don't know where performing is now in 2021, but my goal is twice a month if possible, even if it's like just for like friends and family,
Hmm.
just to really just keep
Just to
doing
practice.
it. Yeah, keep doing it like the way I used to do it, just friends maybe at the house or something, or if like at a venue. I know Visionary Promotions is still doing a lot of
Event
shows.
shows, yeah.
Yeah, so that was my first performance this
How
year.
how does that work? Like when you want to perform somewhere, do you just hit them up? Do they hit you up?
Well, they're so cool that you can honestly just hit them up. That's how cool they are, and they'll put you on. Like, if they have a spot, they'll put you on. Some other places, they already have like their schedule down months down. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, of course, some people pull out or they don't show up. And if you're there and you want to rap, then it's all you. But yeah, I do want to perform more, but we'll see how that goes. But for the rest of 2021, just be more consistent. Like I said before, I wasn't talking much about my third album.
Yeah.
It's called From That Land. And my goal is to be a full length album. And what I mean by full length is it's almost like a double album. I have about 32 songs.
Oh wow.
32 songs that I deem that they're good. Like, I like them. I've played them at little get-togethers that I've had, and the response has been great. So these are 32 songs that I really like. I don't know if I'm gonna drop like a full 32 album, like 32 track album, because not much people are like consuming full length albums. Maybe like, unless like you're a huge superstar or something.
Yeah.
But so yeah, some of them might come off, like maybe I'll build it up where it's like a single every month, and then like it builds up to the main album.
Yeah.
But of course, like that's what I want to do. I want to do a video with every single, and I want to do like a breakdown and like a behind the scenes of it. So
Mhm.
like how I recorded it, how I got the concept, how I made the beat, maybe if I flip the sample or however it works. So that's really just the goal, is focusing way more on music. I'm 25 now, so like I kind of put like pressure on myself for my age, and of course you should never think like that, like, oh, you got to get something done by the time I'm 28 or something,
Yeah.
But I feel like it helps me to just stay on
More
my
aggressive,
shit.
just go hard,
Stay
yeah.
on it. Like, I really have no excuse to be very consistent, besides like, okay, I have a day job.
Well, especially
But,
if you already have the 32 songs already there. So
yeah, and
you
it's
just
already
gotta
there. It's really like
post. Oh shit.
it's really just like get the videos. Now, honestly, now it's just more investing, because like I told you earlier that I wanted to get videographers involved.
Yeah.
So like, when I've worked with one or two people, you will be my guys for like maybe the rest of the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe if I could get a video with you and we can work on something, then I'll probably just be with you consistently,
Okay.
like the whole time.
Yeah, for sure. We
it comes
talk about
out
it.
great. And then I've seen the video you did with Mills. I'm sure it's gonna come out great. So that's really the goal. I just want to build with people. Like, I've always had a team growing up. Like, I've been in like 4 or 5 rap groups, and every time people have either quit or stopped or moved away, or they're just not into it no more. So I'm like the consistent one out of all of them, that I still do everything. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That's what it is. It's you get people who just gonna do it for like a month or two
Yeah.
or 6 months and then they stop. And the people that make it, is you just have to keep going.
Yeah, it's really what it is. Like, just, and actually that's what I wanted to bring up too, is that this is actually a clothing brand that I'm trying to start. And I was telling your assistant that this is the idea, it's natural selection. So like how I explained how I've been in all these groups, this is like natural selection. Like,
Oh, yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
everyone stopped, everyone gave up, or however it went. I'm still here. Like I'm still trying to push myself and like get new music, get new content. That's why like if you've seen like the past videos, there's a bunch of people on my music like where I'm collabing a lot.
Yeah.
And now for the most part, it's probably just gonna be me from here on out. Maybe a couple collabs, but I don't know as far as like a music video or stuff like that. But collabs like on audio for sure.
Yeah, no, it's you just have to just keep grinding, and definitely if you're gonna do that music stuff, lead up to it with like teasers. So what we did with Mills was we did photos and behind the scenes, and we were posting them like 10 days before the video was dropping. So like you said, don't put pressure on like, oh, this day is coming out. But once you already have it done, since you already have some songs done, just every song or every video, do like 2 or 3 posts like, oh, this song coming next Saturday or whatever, next Monday. Then you post a video behind the scenes, so you're working on it, a little teaser. And when you drop, so that way when you drop the song, people already kind of know about it. Like even if they just saw your post or whatever.
Yeah, like they have an idea.
Okay, cool. Oh, it's out today, and then you post it. Then you drop the music video. The same thing. I don't know if you're gonna drop the music video when the song drops. I don't know what your plan is, but do the same thing. Like post behind the scenes, kind of lead up to it, kind of market it to your fans or to get new audience or people just to see that you're doing something, you know, like. And then once it drops, boom, then you drop like maybe other types of behind the scenes after, and just keep riding waves, you know. Yeah. You're just little by little fucking climbing the ladder, because I know it's a long game, but
it really is.
If you already have 32 songs, like you already did have, that's probably the hardest. Well, because marketing is like a whole different thing, but I think having the content already made, like that's cool.
Yeah. Now for me, it's like, so I have 32 songs, right? And I've been on like the music grind like I haven't really talked about the album.
Yeah.
But so since I've been like that, I find myself like, okay, let's start a music video for one of these songs. Mm-hmm. But then I've been so consistent with music that I have the itch to just make more music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I'm focusing more on just making more music. But then I feel like I got it. You know what I mean? Like I can pull 10 songs from these 32 and this could be the project. I don't need to keep going. So that's why I don't know if I'm going to drop all of them at once. And maybe like once a month. Like when I say like once a month, probably like maybe I'll do like a 3-month build up with 3 songs or however it plans out. But I don't want to like burn out. You know what I mean? Like just throw everything at the wall. Like just bam, it's all out. Just kind of like that. But I like how you said when you put more than one video on like social media. Mm-hmm. So like I guess what I've tried was like reels. So surprisingly, reels get more engagement than just a normal Instagram post.
Oh, so yeah. Instagram's like, pushing reels. It's because Instagram's pushing that. Because it's like they're trying to compete with TikTok. Oh. Because everybody switched over. A lot of people like move to TikTok to just make content. Because on Instagram, you'll post something and then people don't even see it. Oh, yeah. Unless you're paying for the ads. Like the promotion, So TikTok was like, oh, no. Like if you post a video on TikTok, your shit will blow up sometimes. So people are like, okay. Instagram decided to put the reels, and they're promoting the reels, getting you a lot of reach and engagement, so you keep making more. You know, they want you to stay on that platform. Have you ever made TikToks?
Yeah, I have a TikTok. So most of the stuff I have on Instagram are on TikTok too.
Okay.
I've been kind of slow on TikTok because I'm not gonna cap. Like TikTok, kind of weird. Like you get lost. You know what I mean? Like I try to stay off of it. Like when I'm on TikTok, I try my best to just post. I do the post and ghost. Like, post it and I'm out. I don't want to see nothing. Like, just
there's a lot of shit in there.
You know what I mean? Because like I catch myself like that shit is like addicting.
It is. It's so fast because you open the app and boom, videos are playing.
Yeah, like it doesn't. It's not like Instagram where it's like you see someone like you know and you're just kind of like scrolling and then nothing's really that.
It's more passive.
Yeah, like right here the video's on and it's usually a video that's like it's in the middle of something you don't even know what's gonna happen, but you know something is happening, so you want to stay. Yeah. And you want to watch it.
You watch like, down, then you watch the next. It gets in the rabbit hole.
You know how bad it is? It's so bad to where like you scroll on TikTok too much. There's a video on TikTok that tells you, hey, maybe drink some water. Maybe get off of it and like take 10 minutes. Like there's a video that reminds you like, yo, you've been on this for too long. That's what it tells you. I'm like, yo, that's how I knew this thing is addicting.
That's crazy. They
and you check the time and you're like, yo, there's like 2 hours just went by.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I consume a lot of TikTok, but I have like a weird mindset where I'm looking at videos. I'm like, how can I recreate this?
Oh yeah.
Every time I
yeah.
watch something,
That's me with music.
how
Like
can I make
when
this
listen to
my own,
music,
or how
it's
could I
me.
add a twist to it? Like that's when I try to do. But yeah, TikTok for music, bro. That's like almost number one.
It is.
TikTok and Reels, like you should um definitely make content like promoting the songs there. Just because there's been so many artists that have blown up on TikTok.
Yeah. How does TikTok work? Because I know you can monetize your stuff on Instagram, right? Can you make money off TikTok? Or is it more like sponsors, like you sponsor on TikTok? Or...
Damn, I'm not sure, to be honest. I feel like it's sponsors. I don't think they're paying for views yet, but for sure sponsors. But TikTok's great to drive traffic. So
yeah.
you post some music, some stuff, and then people from there will go to watch it or subscribe to your Instagram or whatever. So yeah, there's like an artist. Damn, I forgot his name, but I started following him like in the middle of the pandemic on 2020. He posted a video like he was quitting his job at Verizon and shit. He's like, "Oh, today I quit my job to go music full time." I was like, "What the heck?" So I clicked on his profile, and then he had like a song go viral on TikTok. He made a lot of content like of how he made the song and all kinds of shit, and it was him performing like dancing to his song while he was working at Verizon. He would do videos in the store and shit. Then finally the song blew up, and then he made a video about him quitting his job, kind of documenting like a story. And then when the music video came out, I was like, oh, shooting the music video, and then behind the scenes of that. And then he dropped the music video, and then like over time he just kept blowing up. And right now he's like 1 million followers and shit, just from TikTok, just like put his whole journey. So definitely storytelling. Like you said, you have these songs or music videos. Tell a story of each one, like maybe in a 3 or 4 video sequence. Oh, making the beats or whatever, then the song, the music video, then you post it, and do that for a few songs. I feel like you could get some traction there because it's like organic reach. They want you to be on that platform for the same thing. So
yeah,
people like to see the stories, behind the scenes stuff. Like a lot of people would just want access, you know. That's why like reality TV shows are so popular, because people want the raw.
I think that's where like I messed up, like coming out as MCKG. I never really told people who I am unless you listen to the music.
Yeah.
So like you won't really know much about me unless you've actually heard like the 4-minute song or like however you found me. So like that's why the idea is to do like a song a month and just focus on that one song. So like a music video and then like videos about it, how I made it and all that. So like to give, like how you said, to just give people a story. Because like sometimes like you've heard Donda?
Yeah.
So you know how like the beginning it's just Donda? Like
yeah.
you hear Donda, all that stuff. At first I thought that was kind of like lame, like what is this, you know? But no one really knows. I feel like if maybe they did a video about why that is like that, the reason is because Kanye's mom is Donda, right?
Yeah.
But it's saying Donda in the rhythmic patterns of her heartbeat.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah. So in the first track, it's Donda. And if you put on headphones, you can hear it's like a heartbeat. It's like Donda, Donda, Donda.
Oh,
it's
shit.
It's like the heart beating. So like that's why I feel like when people listen to the music, you judge so quickly because you don't know what it is. So it's always good to give like a background on what it is. You know what I mean? Because at first I thought it was lame. I was like, what is this? Like it's just saying Donda over and over.
Yeah.
Like it said it like 50. It said it the amount of times that his mom, her age. So like I think his mom was like 60 something, or I forgot how old she was when she passed. But that's how many times Donda is being said in the rhythmic pattern of her heartbeat.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Like you see, like at first you listen to it, it's like you don't know what this is.
Yeah.
So that's my goal too. So for each song, I want like a background and like just to talk about it so that people get more of what it is. It's not just a song. It's like, this was the reason I made this. This was the reason I made that, or however, you know.
Yeah, it's
always cool.
It's definitely storytelling with Kanye. The College Dropout. Dude, I'm familiar with College Dropout. So College Dropout, every song was almost storytelling. Every song, yeah, Through the Wire. He sang that with like the wires and shit. So there's a story behind that. Like he got in a car crash and then he decided to record the song while he still had the wires and the surgery and shit. Then you have the song "Last Call" is the story about how he wasn't signed after doing all these things. People listening to songs. It's a story. There's "Jesus Walks" is a story about the radio doesn't want to play songs except if they're murder and guns and violence. Like whatever you talk about God, they don't want to play that in the radio. The song is about the story. It's literally a story every song, and there's a story behind each song. So there's like documentaries and shit where he talks about Jesus Walks. That he's played it for a bunch of record labels that didn't sign him, and then how he made that song to prove the point that the radio station won't play that kind of music, and they weren't playing it until he kind of blew up. So that whole album was a story, and then the whole album's like a story of his life, and dropping out of college to pursue music. You know, it's like he's been doing storytelling since the beginning.
It's classic, bro.
And
I miss Kanye.
Yeah, he's definitely evolved over time. He's my favorite artist. I like that he keeps changing and not doing the same shit. So he goes all out and tries different sounds, you know. Jesus, it was all like European sounds, and it sounded weird. Some songs like, what was the track? The one that sounded all distorted. That was the first one on Jesus.
On Jesus?
Damn, bro.
I forgot to be
on it. No. What was the first song on Jesus? It's I know Black Skin Hits number 2. But what's the first song? But anyway, that one sounds super distorted. Like this, even the sound all distorted. Like it wasn't even mixed properly. But it was the sounds that this came up with. He spent a whole summer in Europe listening to like French artists and Italian artists and like was it like just all kinds of like European sounds. And he wanted to make that into his album and bring it into hip hop. So that's why Yeezus sounds super crazy. And then of course like trying the gospel music, and he had the interview with Joe Rogan where he said, I want to make, like, his goal was to have a stadium where people are singing songs about Christ and shit. So this whole album, it sounds like a stadium concert. Like the whole album, if you listen to it like in the speakers and super loud, it sounds awesome because you got all the chorus and a lot of songs are about God. So like all those like listening parties, he kind of made it a reality. Like people are in a stadium just listening to fucking songs about Jesus, bro. Like it's
That's
crazy.
Cool, actually.
He made it happen,
like
you know.
That.
And then if he goes on tour, like in a few months or next year, I don't know when he might go on tour. Like if people like get familiar with the songs, and you'll be singing along like these songs in the concert, but they're all about God and stuff. It's like who the hell would have been doing that? You know, it's like just his visions are crazy.
It is. That's pretty cool, actually.
Or setting himself on fire. That was crazy.
I didn't see. Was there like a video or something that you could watch that? I saw a picture, I guess, of him on fire.
Oh, it's probably on YouTube somewhere.
I'm not gonna lie though, that I don't know how that, like, the picture, like, what's behind him? There's like something on fire behind him, or
so the watch party, because he did 3 watch parties. The first 2 were in New Orleans, no, in Atlanta. Then the last one was in Chicago. So he built his home, his childhood home, in the middle of the stadium, like replica of his house, the house he grew up in Chicago. He built it like the same color, the same porch, everything.
Okay.
In the middle of the stadium, in Soldier Field where the Bears play, he fucking built it there. So people are just in the stadium listening to the album, an album that hadn't even come out yet. Like he sold out a stadium to just as a listening party. Like that's crazy. So, and the whole time it was just like people that were featured on the album, like Travis Scott was there, Kid Cudi, Chance the Rapper, just hanging out because he's from Chicago too. Marilyn Manson came out for some reason. He did a song with him. It didn't make the album, but Marilyn Manson was there. Fucking all kinds of people. And then at the end, like one of the final songs, it was just like Kanye sitting inside the house, and then out of nowhere, the house starts fucking setting on fire, like everything. And then he had like a fireproof suit, so he's sitting in a chair, and everything's just catching on fire. Oh, then he walks out the house. It's on fire. He walks out, and then if I think it goes black, or like the song ends. And then like they spray him with like a fire extinguisher. And then like as soon as that ended, then there was like another song coming in. And then it was Kim Kardashian walking with the wedding dress like at the same time. So after the fire, then he walks up to her, and then they hug, and then it goes black, and that was the end of the stream. It was pretty wild, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, like I don't know if it was like him resurrecting or
maybe
burning through his sins, and he comes back, and I don't know.
Shit, I don't know.
It sounds like some
scary shit, honestly. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, that fool's visions are crazy, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, I like that he takes risks. You know, he tries different shit like that all the time. And sometimes it doesn't hit. You know, sometimes it's like a little weird. But
Yeah. What do you think of Donda? I've
Donda?
heard it, the whole album. I've heard it twice.
I like a lot of the songs. I think there's a few songs that, like the "Don't Breathe," I think it's too long. Like the outro, it's just like the same shit playing in loop. So
Yeah.
that one's cool. But I like the first, like after Donda, it's Jail. Jail's fire. Then it's Don't Breathe. Then it's I forgot the other songs, but like like the first like 4 or 5 songs is fucking bad. I like the Hurricane with The Weeknd. Like, man, that song's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Then
and honestly, I feel like some of those songs are too long.
Some of them are too long.
Some of them were like way too long.
So
like the beginning was great, and then like
the middle's kind of whatever.
dragged.
Then the second, the last part is good. Yeah, the middle's kind of weird. The last few songs are good. So it's, I want to say like 60% of the songs, hit and miss. But there, some of those are like if you listen to it in the car super loud, it sounds awesome, bro. Just like I love hearing like chorus and vocals and like I don't know, like that gospel music just sounds super cool. So I really liked it, but it was a little too long, bro. Like, man, it's like an hour and a half, an hour 40 minutes.
It was like, well, the album, I like full length albums. I was just saying, like, some of the songs, like the beginning of the song would be fire, and then like the middle would be something, and then like it's just dragging out like on repeat or something.
Yeah,
it's like 5 minutes. Like every song's like pretty long.
Yeah, every song's long, and it has like crazy, like cool features. I mean, all kinds of artists were on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely has some good songs in there for sure, though.
So you know, like the beef, I guess, like the Drake and Kanye beef.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know much, but did you hear the album with Certified Lover Boy?
Yeah, I listened to it once, but I only like 3 songs on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it wasn't. I like Drake, but that was like kind of whatever, to be honest. Like, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
The production and yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like that beef is all fake, bro. Like, just to promote views.
Promoted better.
Yeah, it has to be.
It's probably all love behind the scenes.
Hell yeah, bro. They're for sure. They're definitely doing that because it creates so much people, like even their own fan bases competing against each other to get more streams and comments.
Honestly, it's just like it's lucrative.
They're both getting hella breaking records and shit.
Everyone's talking about it. So
yeah, so I don't think it's real beef. I think it's all marketing, to be honest.
I get you.
And Kanye has made a career of like marketing like that.
Yeah.
So I saw this report. He's always done something controversial around the release of an album. Like 2004, he did the Hurricane Katrina thing, where like George Bush doesn't care about black people. He did that when he dropped his first album. So like, boom, like he blew up. And that was after he dropped this album. And then he did the VMA stuff when he dropped Graduation. Then he's done like the VMA stuff was 2009, no? Where he with Taylor Swift, where he kind of
I haven't followed much of Kanye, to be honest. Like I've just heard the albums.
Okay. Yeah, he's always done controversial stuff. In 2006, when he dropped Graduation, he did that was the beef with 50 Cent. They made it publicly, like whoever has most streams has to stop making music. Whoever wins, the other has to stop making music, or I don't know, something like that. Okay. And he outstreamed 50 Cent by like so much because 50 Cent thought he was gonna do better numbers.
Oh, okay.
And he did better numbers than 50 Cent. So that was the Hurricane Katrina. Then that one. Then in 2009, he did he interrupted Taylor Swift or whatever when she won like a VMA, and then he used that to promote the next album, which was My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Then it was like the Kim Kardashian shit in 2013, and then 2016 he did a music video where he had like Donald Trump and a bunch of people sleeping on a bed and shit. Like,
oh yeah, like some weird like naked.
Yeah, it was like weird shit. He always does shit like that. So he was doing all kinds of stuff, and then now he did the 3 concert tours with like Set Himself on Fire, and then the Drake beef. I feel like it's all just him marketing. Like
probably
people make those
history with it. Then
people make hella headlines, you know.
Yeah.
Kanye sets himself on fire. Like, how many articles were written about that? How many YouTube videos were made about that? Reactions, TikToks about it. You know, like, it's just these shocking images. Then it's like people are gonna listen to the album now. Like, I think it's all marketing. So I don't know.
It's pretty cool actually. I didn't know that.
I think that's number one thing is with marketing. You just have to be in front of people. So staying consistent, but then also like try to find ways to stand out or just get people to know your name, see your face, just be there.
I think I gotta be more on the scene. I gotta get out more.
Yeah.
Not just like performances. I think I just gotta get out more in general.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, right now the fall season, it should start. I don't know, depending on like whatever the government lets us do and shit, but I think it's gonna be more once the cooler weather comes.
Yeah.
We should start seeing more little shows. Here outside the food park, they do shows. They do performances here.
Oh yeah. I came to one. I forgot who was performing.
It's just it's been too hot, so I think October they're gonna start doing outdoors again. So that should be cool. At least a spot here to practice too. Yeah. Like you should try to get in as many as you can, so you could get better. You know, just I know you want to do 2 a month or whatever, but like if I was a rapper, I would be every week. I would be doing something, bro. Just to practice, bro. Because the more you do it, you could get a new listener, build a new relationship.
Yeah.
Talk to different people there.
Yeah,
you get more confident.
Like I gotta get more out. Cause like, performing. Like I said before, like when I was younger, I was rapping every day, and now it's like a bunch of things are in the way. But it's still you can still do it. It's still manageable.
Yeah,
you know, it's still, it's like what they say. If you want it that bad, you can do it.
You gotta go hard, bro.
You make time for that shit.
Yeah, but you already have the songs. So? I mean, you said you should drop them like, what's his name? Future in 2017 or 18. He dropped like 3 albums in 1 year.
Oh shit!
He dropped 3 albums within like a few month period. Like that was just dropping albums, and I don't know he's an established artist, but fucking maybe you should do like break it down into EPs or something. May have a main album, but also like albums around it because you have 30 songs. That's a lot of content you could be posting, bro. And then like you said, you have these 30 songs, but you also like have that creative itch. You just want to keep making more. So
to keep making.
You drop all those like EPs and albums, and you're still continuing to make more. Like you just outgrinding everybody, bro. At this point.
Yeah, just gotta like map it out. Really, map it all out.
You should watch. I watched some videos on like how to release music on YouTube. Like they have these fools who about marketing, like the thing I told you, like posting a few songs and behind the scenes leading up to the release to create some hype. I'll send you some links and stuff so you can watch them. Like there's a lot of I consume shit like that on YouTube all the time, like how to market and how to yeah.
That's what I gotta do. I gotta get my marketing game on point. Cause like I don't know much about social media. The most I've done is like really post and then like promote it with like I guess like Facebook ads and like pay to get the promotion on Instagram. Or like I have an email list, so I send promotion through there, or like unreleased songs through there to get feedback.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But like as far as like promoting, it's really just like the content. Like I really gotta get like versatile with like different things, or like how you said with like a music video, have like different scenes of that same video and like post it different ways and different platforms. I got to get more into that, especially on TikTok, because I kind of slowed down on TikTok. Surprisingly, I was getting a lot of like engagement on TikTok. But like I said, TikTok was so addicting that I kind of just like stepped away from it. I was like, yo, get out of here, It's too much.
Yeah, it gets a little too much, but I mean, like you said, if you want it, you just gotta find ways to just market, but also stay true to quality.
Yeah, that's the thing too. If quality,
have some quality. I still believe quantity over quality when it comes to certain things. Like the more you do, you get better. But also, don't feel like you have to post that. Like like you were saying, where you tell yourself and then you feel bad because you didn't post. Like. Just be like, okay, I couldn't post it today, but I'll post it next week. Fuck it. I'll polish it or drop this episode or do this. Like,
yeah.
As long as you're doing something consistently, just keep going. That'll be sick. Okay. Where can people find you on social media?
On Instagram, man, you just find me Gabriel Greenskull Podcast. natural selection. It's real natural selection on Instagram, and on YouTube you could just look up MCKG. That's
MCKG.
basically like me right there everywhere, and everywhere else MCKG.
Okay. Well, yeah. Thank you guys for thank you for coming on the podcast. Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
And
dude, thanks for letting me come on. That's pretty cool.
yeah, no.
I
However I
appreciate
could
it.
help you, like, we'll definitely stay in touch. I like to whatever I know, I try to share with people, and
Yeah.
however I could help. Because we need to, like, I feel like we need somebody from the valley to just fucking blow up, or I want to see more people create content
Yeah.
here and just do something. I feel like the valley doesn't have that, but just takes people like you.
Takes one person, right? One of us got to make it out.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys for watching the video. Like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.